See, Ghana youth, one of the scariest things you can do in this country is to miraculously get a job and decide one day that you are going to quit without a plan B. You go tire rough. But see, I was that guy. I decided to quit my job without a strong plan B. Let me give you a backstory. It was just close to 2 years ago. I had just graduated from school fresh, Ghana Telecom, right, with an engineering degree. There was a few back and forth, by the way. I would explain that one along the line. Graduated school, finally got called for service in a very big private bank. I wouldn't mention their name, right? At the head office, working there as a facility manager. You can imagine me dressing up, going to work looking all sharp. When I'm walking in town, people salute me, big man, right? I'm getting to meet big people, connecting with big men. I'm like, wow, this is the living. But you know one thing, despite all the benefits that I was enjoying over there, I was looking at the kind of life that I've always dreamt of. And, I would look at, how much I would be making at the end of the month, how much I would have to save, and the kind of dreams that I have in my mind. And a voice deep down within me would tell me this is not the path for you. And this is no disrespect to anyone working a 9 to 5, right? Because at the time I had already, established myself to an extent. I had built my business to an extent. It wasn't yet stable, right? Before service would end, I had already built very good relationships with my bosses, and they were very cool with me, discussing with me, do I have plans to stay and all of that. And respectfully, I declined the offer. And you can imagine the kind of home that I came from. My dad feeling so proud that his son has graduated school with an engineering degree, working in a very big bank, and he's bragging to his friends, yeah, my son is working in a bank, facility manager, blah, 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 blah. And my dad is so proud. And then I go to my dad also to tell him that, Daddy, I don't have plans on continuing to work in the bank. You can imagine the type of disappointment in my dad's face when I told him that. So he asked me, so what are you going to do with your life? I told him I am building my business. And my dad said, business? What kind of business? I explained things to him. And, I could see the disappointment in my dad's face. And his voice suddenly changed. His tone changed, because now in his mind, what would he say to his friends now? His son no longer works in a bank. His son is now going to, claiming to do business, going to do entrepreneurship, whatever. My dad wasn't happy about my decision, so I started showing results. I left where I was working. I didn't extend my stay, right? And I decided to come home to fully focus on business and work hard on it, right? Today I've built it to an extent where it's gradually taking effect, and it has brought a transformation, in my life to an extent. I'm decent living, right? And I don't have to beg to eat. That's what I'm grateful to God for. And so I'm saying this to my younger self and anybody out there watching this, especially if you're a Ghanaian youth, that, take advantage of the very fact that you are in school to build your network. Everywhere you go to, make sure to make new friends, especially people who you know very well that they are sane mentally, people who they have future, just so that you leverage on that relationship to build yourself something in the future. Right? I have no hate towards 9 to 5, right? I have no hate towards 9 to 5. But I had already started building something when I was in tertiary. So me having to leave the 9 to 5 was justified because I had already started building something. But my plan B wasn't solid. That was another place too that I flopped. Make sure your plan B is solid before you jump from plan A. Right? And there are some of us who jump to plan B and then you have a bit of your toes inside plan A because you don't fully trust plan B. Playing it safe will not get you to where you want to be because every single income that you are looking to attain is in one vehicle at scale. And so you need focus in order to thrive. That's what I did. I had to gather the balls to decline the offer to stay in my workplace in order to build something for myself to a point where I, gradually transforming my life. And it was only until recently my dad had to come visit me, seeing my place and how my life has improved. And my dad was so proud. Now I go to visit him, and his friends are asking me, "Hey, so how is business?" I'm like, that. You tell them that I'm working. I'm working a job. I was like, oh, he now understands. And all of these has had to come with years of mistakes upon mistakes upon mistakes. Starting my business all the way from level 100, having to go through all the mistakes, losing all my capital in wrong deals. Right. I've had to sell a lot of stuff. I've had to walk on the street to sell door to door and do all type of businesses, network marketing, selling of physical products, going to online sales. It's crazy. And all of that has built me into the caliber of person that I am now and the life that I'm living. And so I'm very grateful to God. And I'm putting this video out there not to brag about my accomplishments, but to inspire somebody out there that if you have the calling, right, to build something for yourself, because I feel not everybody has the balls to face the hardship that comes with entrepreneurship. And so if you have that calling, respond to it and say yes. Focus on what you are building, and it's going to make sense with time. There are going to be failures, hurdles, and blockages along the line, but if you keep your head up and you have a solid team that are going to back you up when you go down, there's no way in this world you are going to remain a failure. And so I hope this video inspires somebody out there. If you are building something, keep your head up, young champ, and I hope you do it right and you are going to succeed. Right? I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but by God's grace, I'm gradually transforming my life and I'm documenting my life journey from scratch to success. So if you're enjoying this series and you want to be a part of my life journey, just hit the follow button, like this video, drop your comments below, and let's keep leveling up together. Still with your boy Billy, and I'm out.